Hey, so he's just gonna play something. Does anybody have a topic you'd like to hear about? Something that interests you? What's going on in your lives, people? Yell something out, but not the election, because somebody already sang about that.
Living with your parents.
Woohoo! I know that one.
All right, we got living with your parents so far.
Okay, any other ones if we want to transition?
Anything else?
Okay, we'll start from there, and wherever it ends, who knows? All right. So, all right, here we go.
Come on now.
I'm not gonna sing, so you know, so don't expect it. So, you know, the other day, I found myself in a room with a door, but a door that I had no power over because I live with my parents. So anyway, me, a respectable man, got a life of my own, you know. But I can't get no props. On the streets, that means respect. I can't get no props. So, anyhow, I got a car, it takes me places, I pay for my gas, but you know when I come home to, house that ain't mine. Rules that I didn't make up. I'm a grown adult, can't get no respect. And that's the truth. So, the other day, I'm gonna change the subject now. It's sad, you guys get the point, you know, live with my parents, you know. How much can you really say? I couldn't say. You wanna change it up to something a little different? Let's see. That was kind of fun, though. I dropped the pick, people. Tuesday. A beautiful day for me, you know. They got trains that take you places. VTA. So, if you're looking for a place to go, the VTA will take you anywhere you wish. If you're an escapist looking for an escape, the VTA will take you somewhere if you wish. So on this day, on a Tuesday, I suppose I wished. And on this particular Tuesday, the VTA took me to a place where I asked it to take me, but where I ought not have gone. And me, somebody composed and correct, somebody with correct answers for correct questions, and somebody who lives a life that assumes answers are a part of the equation. But an equation is a question. And a question is something that's hard to answer, and oh, my mind, if only there was some way I could free my mind. But anyway, the VTA, so going on the VTA, the train will take you places. What does one do when one's sitting at one's home and cannot live with the head one was given? What if there's too many questions to find answers to and a problem? People think I come up here because I like to, because I do it for fun. I come up here because I have to, and because there's a cursed blessing that lives inside my brain that I just can't seem to do anything else with. But on this day, on a Tuesday, the VTA took me to a place I told it to, and I went to a place I intended to go. But years ago, I might not have intended the same. So, there's a tall building. It has 8-9 floors. It's filled with books. It's on the corner of 4th and San Fernando, I think. But anyway, if you walk and if your feet hurt because you ran an hour the day before, well, you know, you can find places. And anyhow, They're windows. They're windows that people look through that show them windows to themselves, really. And they believe that these things are enough to know, but sometimes when things get real ugly, you start to learn more. And sometimes in a place like that, we educate ourselves on ourselves and we find ourselves learning new things about ourselves. And so on this day, there was a 9-story building, and I could have swore that I think just maybe I might have walked up every single floor and looked out every single window, and at every single occasion thought seriously about how it would feel to fall from such a place, and if it were in my power, could I not jump, and could such a Tuesday be the last of many hurtful Tuesdays? Because sometimes we live alone in a world that we don't understand, that maybe we once understood. And I thought back to a time when I was a child, and maybe I had bigger ambitions for myself and more motivation. But that time was over, and a lot of those things have long since lost. So if I was to fall 9 stories, and maybe today I would, because for the first time I seriously considered it. But on this Tuesday I was not to fall. Because there are some times when we are trying to get somewhere and we don't get there, despite the VTA, despite our 9 stories, and despite ourselves, and despite ambitions that have come and gone, and despite brains that we just aren't okay with. There are times when we look inside ourselves and say, I'm gonna fight for just one more day. And if I make it out, maybe there'll be somebody who hears my story, hears my odd, off-beat, off-rhyme, twisted sort of song that I sing for these crowds of people, listeners or not. But maybe there's a little truth, maybe there are answers, maybe there's something good out of bad things sought.
All right, give it up for Mason and Aaron.